When you first came in then for this neck pain, tell me what was your particular problem that you had, and briefly tell me, how it happened, if it was long term, or kind of what was going on and what got you to make that first call and to come in for that neck pain.
So the neck pain had been kind of long and continuous for a couple of years. I think it resulted from wearing a helmet during my time in the military, I'd have to wear a helmet and be inside of a vehicle getting bounced around, and it just tore my neck up. The pain escalated over time, got to where I would get dizzy, I would get nauseous sometimes and throw up. It would prevent me from being able to do my work at my job as a law enforcement officer, and it was worse sometimes than others, but it was always there. It just hurt really, really, really bad.
So what was the frustrating or the upsetting thing about this? Was it interfering with your life then? What was it making it unable to do, or what were you able to do?
I was still able to do most of my work, but it was with a lot of pain. And I went to the doctors there in California when I was stationed at Camp Pendleton, and they gave me naproxen and Flexeril. So I was taking naproxen and Flexeril to get through my days at work. That's essentially how I got through my days at work. It was naproxen and Flexeril. I get home, it spiked back up and get real bad again, naproxen and Flexeril. That was about, there wasn't anything I could do to really alleviate the pain. Not on my own anyway, except maybe tilt my head back and open my mouth and not move for a half an hour. That would relieve my pain.
And so how did you hear about Spine Stop Chiropractic, and kind of what were your first thoughts? How was the exam? How was that process? Had you ever been to a chiropractor before? And so kind of what were your feelings going on during that time?
Well, I had seen a chiropractor a couple of times when I was in California, but only went a few times. Definitely was not as committed to the process as I should have been. But when I got back into Kentucky, we moved back to Kentucky. I want to say it was a friend that recommended Spine Stop to me. Said they've got good doctors down there, go down there, see what they can do to help you out. And the exam process was relatively simple. Paperwork, answer questions, do some x-rays. And I remember you going over my x-rays with me and showing me spots in my neck where you're like, I think it was bone spurs. And you were like, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. These are all bad things, but I can help you. When you told me you could help me, right, and I wasn't likely gonna need any sort of crazy surgeries or anything like that, you could help me. Obviously I could help myself with positive, healthy lifestyle practices, but you could help me with that pain through some treatment and some physical therapy. It was a weight off of my shoulders, and I'm not just saying this because we're doing an interview. After having that pain for that long and having to suffer through it, for somebody to finally tell you, hey, we're gonna do something about this. I'm not gonna feed you pills. I'm not gonna shove some prescription down your throat. We're gonna work on your body together, you and me, and we're gonna make this thing better. That was relieving.
And so tell me about them when you first started being treated. How did the pain start changing? How long did it take to resolve? What happened?
I want to say we started, if I remember correctly, you started me out like 3 days a week. Every day there was relief. I couldn't give you an accurate scale, but every day there was relief. And then we scaled it back to a couple of times a week, and then we scaled it back to once a week. And I think that process took, a month and a half, somewhere in that time frame. I would say, by the time I got down to one a week, my pain had been reduced by 80%. That's huge, because we were talking about a lot of pain, and then it got to where we were eventually just doing preventative maintenance. I'm coming in every couple of months to get adjusted, or if I tweak something or whatever, you guys check me out, make sure I'm taking care of myself, keep me adjusted and keep me on the right track. The pain, I haven't had that kind of pain. What's it been, 6-7 years now? It's never come back. And I haven't had to go back to 3 times a week or 4 times a week, or I haven't had to move into your building enough to where I'm starting to pay rent. You know what I mean? You help me with my problem and you kind of let me go on my way. Not that I want to badmouth any other doctors, but a lot of businesses count on repeat customers at a certain level, right? Now, I'm going to be a repeat customer, but not because the treatment wasn't working. I'm a repeat customer because the treatment did work. And I've recommended other people to come to Spine Stop, and will continue to do so.
What surprised you the most kind of going through the process? Were there certain things that you had a different perception of and it changed? Yeah,
because, and again, I'd only been to a couple of different chiropractors before, but I didn't, in the other places that I went, you didn't see the attention to detail or the physical therapy side of it as much as what you guys do here. That was a little bit of a surprise to me. Now, maybe y'all were the first decent chiropractor office I went to, I don't know. But the ones I've been to before, they adjust you and out the door you go. None of this, go over here and do these stretches. Go over here and, put your arm up this wall or whatever it may be. The physical therapy side of things was awesome. And then the other stuff you do, and I don't remember all the names for it, but the little pads you put on the back of the neck or whatever with the electricity running through it. And that gun thing that you have that is like a little miracle worker. I'd never seen that before. I thought that was really, really cool. The fact that you could use that on people that maybe couldn't stand full adjustments. I saw some cool stuff here I'd never seen anywhere else. And it just kind of added to the value that I already had with this place, if that makes sense. Hello, my name is Justin Howard. I'm the Chief of Operations for Operation Stand Down Kentucky. I enjoy kayaking, playing guitar, spending time with my family, and I am a proud patient of Spine Stop Chiropractic.